Good morning, grasshoppers. I am sorry. LCC Condra is always so polite. I have no idea how old he is, but I have a feeling how young he is. It is nice, though. There is a lot of excitement going on with Kiri breathing down Nepomniachtchi's back. It'll be quite the match if Kiri can challenge for the World Championship. I am rooting for him. I'm also rooting for Nepo, based on the story told by Magnus Carlsen in the series where Nepo had come to him and didn't understand why he wasn't among the top players. And did I not? I'm going to make sure I get a shout out to Zalakai for the raid yesterday of 24 viewers. Just in case, just to start off, anyone who is just dabbling in seeing this stream, want to know that all the viewers are appreciated. We are in this to become better at chess. But Kiri is a talent. Nepo came to Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen told him that he lacked focus and discipline. Whereupon Nepo turned around his game and he became one of the best players in the country, if not now the world. And he does have every right to challenge for the World Chess Championship. I watched him playing Blitz Chess in 2016 with Lawrence Trent in the VIP room of the World Chess Championship. I was not so impressed with his, I don't know if they were playing 1 minute or 2 minute chess, but in any event, the upshot of the whole story was that it could have been a much more impressive, make sure that I'm in this, just to make sure that we get more players. I don't really expect this to go the full 9 rounds. However, we'll see how it goes. You may also find this on the Swiss page if you're a member of the team. It says it starts in 1 minute. It's not exactly correct, right? Oh, it does start in 1 minute. I was actually going to go off and we were going to study Queen versus Rook. That is on the agenda today. Sub Sunday, playing against subs today. Is also on the agenda. Realized I left my water downstairs. I have a full minute to retrieve it. I may need that full minute. Make sure that I'm streaming, or being broadcast, I should say. Good. That's always good. Just to make sure that I am there. We'll be back with the water. Where's my water bottle?
This nation owes you a huge debt.
Thank you for the follow. I did hear that from the other room. Lion Jeremiah. Oh no! That's terrible. Let me make sure I get the link out for anyone else who is watching. I just hope that I have an opponent. What's even worse is that my opponent may not be present. Well, that was interesting. I opened up a second Chrome window and the music started fading. I wonder if I have two things on the Lichess page. Just gonna do a little bit of Dark Myth, JL Inamorado. Let's see what we can do to increase our streak today. Quadraspassky, welcome. So this fellow is online. Shot him a message that it was his move. He is online. Let's see if he responds. Started an online chess platform. Is this his second or third online chess platform? I helped work for him in the Kasparov Chess.com days back in the late. I'm trying to think if it was in, I don't think it was in the late 1990s. It was in the early 2000s. Kasparov.com had an online playing platform as well. That was, and he ran his own tournaments, not unlike Chess24. I'm not sure if we're going to get a move out of our opponent, which is unfortunate given the number of people. Of course you did, Mythos. I tell you. Oh no, LCC Condra is asking again. LCC Condra, you can always ask, and you should never apologize. I feel terrible that you feel so terrible about having to ask. However, if you are being beaten every day, it is my duty as a teacher to report this. Good morning, Crispo. How are you, sir? Great to see you. We popped right up. It may unfortunately be a little bit of a short stream today as I have a lesson at 9 a.m. Depending on how fast this event goes or where our positions are, I'll never do it forever. Okay, good. I don't want you to do it forever. I was inspired yesterday to review my knowledge of Queen versus Rook and minor piece endgames. I was reminded inadvertently that I had not done enough study. When I looked at 100 endgames you must know, This subject was sorely lacking in the 100 endgames, you must know. Sorely lacking. I was very disappointed in the 100 endgames, you must know. In fact, I own 2 copies. If you don't count my Chessable copy, I own 3 copies, if you count that. But basically, Queen versus Rook. Anything? They have Queen endings, but Queen versus Rook, you just need to know a few basic things. And Lichess does cover it, by the way. Lichess does cover Queen versus Rook in your basic practice session. And you can checkmate and master it in your chess practicing basic chess mates. Alright, Beth Harmon, Queen's Gambit, it's channel. If you don't already have a copy of Chess Informant, alright, well, if you're going to play that way, please check out the Chess Informant website if you've not already. It is key, absolutely key. So, I tend to hesitate when black hasn't played knight f6 here. Let's just go all out for the most part. Bobby Fischer's favorite Austrian attack. There are 2 Austrian attacks in chess. Against the London setup, d4, d5, knight f3, c5 is called the Austrian attack for black. And this is the Austrian attack against the Pearts. I have a great book by Bologan on this opening. Not entirely sure about the knight being on d7 in this position, only because should a knight arrive on f6 and get shoved by a pawn, then we can't go back to d7 in one of the main lines of this opening. For example, he is attempting to go toward d5, which looks like it cripples his structure. So should we? Or should we not continue our development? Bishop and pawn versus queen and 7 pawns. This is based on your experience, of course. I'm glad you're listening, but I believe that there are a lot of major piece endings that you actually have to know. Hold on here. I just want to make sure that queen versus pawn is probably covered. Basically being able to, like bishop versus knight, opposite colored bishops, rook and pawn versus rook, rook and 2 pawns versus rook, pawn endings, and then other material relations. Queen versus pawn is the 3rd chapter, which is pretty standard. Queen versus pawn. I guess the must-know category is relevant. Yes. And now we should follow Polgar versus that was a free pawn. I'm not sure why I didn't take it. We are getting better at chess with Crispo. As far as the ranking numbers on the right, I always wonder if the FIDE system of Let's just go for it. I didn't mean to do that. But YOLO. Maybe we'll catch the opponent's king in the center. Where are you going in that regard? He could have taken my pawn on e4. Always remember, Crispo, that whenever I make a move, I am making a mistake. Yes, I, National Master, FIDE Trainer, all that la-di-da, am making a mistake. I am making a mistake with every move that I make. You are capable of beating everybody in the world. That much I know. I can't make up my mind here on what I'm going to be doing. Indeed. Alright, as much as I hate to do this, I am going to anchor my knight. Exactly where I want to anchor it. You are a very good endgame player. I'm going to try to separate the humor from those facts. Those facts are there. You can beat everyone in the world in a single endgame if you exchange your way into the proper endgame. You can beat everyone in the world. Let's crack that. The most important thing, is that a Petrosian quote? Is that really a Petrosian quote? Did he say, "What are you attacking about, man?" Your quote started there. Is that Tigran Petrosian? Alright, I have to make up my mind here on how I am going to continue to dive into this position. That's insane if he actually said that. Although I don't think he was including me in that quote. I have to look it up now. So where are you headed? I can't win this on I cannot win this on the strength of the square d6 alone. I'm completely shocked that my opponent did not recapture on b7 with the queen, though. I could get into a lot of trouble, but oh, that's a bummer. That is a good move, sir. I'm going to regroup. Ah, he put it in our Discord channel. Very good. That's where it belongs. That's absolutely where it belongs. Start slinging that mud in the Discord channel. Yeah. I saw that. I just gave you credit for it if you were just returning. No, I want to be on that square. Unfortunately, this does not completely work out. I need to capture the rook first in order to keep up the pin. He has queen f6 if I take the knight, threatening mate. There were too many pins. Crispo, you played a solid game though. But you really, once again, I want you to grab control of the center. I want you to master the grip on the center. Absolutely master the grip on the center. And then you can break the rules in your development by not playing in the center. If you want to see the quote and the reference by Mythos, join our Discord. It is going to be mainly good chess conversations, and throughout the week I am going to be posting even more to the Discord. Beth Harmon, Queen's Gambit. Semi-Tarash. Yeah, just look up an E4, E5 repertoire. There are a couple good ones on Chessable. What is going on here, Mom? Fine, I'll do the semi-Tarash. Do I want to play Queen Takes? I think I have to. There's something wrong with this picture, Jeremy. There is something wrong with this picture. This is just getting awkward. Delayed Bong Cloud variation. Jeremy ASC. ASC. keep the pressure on, everyone, as best we can. I am just going to grab the material where I can. And I'm going to keep applying pressure to my opponent's position. That's interesting. Had not considered that possibility of avoiding exchanges. Can I get out of this place? If it's the last thing we ever do. Quoting a song there. I was actually trying to think of the chess club name. How are you, Max? Good morning. I'm just trying to think of Southern California or really? That is like the entire Eric Rosen channel. Watch what you're saying there, sir. Let's just get our stuff to the other side of the rank. Take all of the open files. And no, I am of course kidding. But we're just going to keep applying some pressure. Jeremy, we are here to get better together, everybody. We are here to get better and better together. So now, do I have to return to the scene of the dispute? I need to guard my bishop. But how do I guard my bishop safely? Alright, let's just take a temporary time out here. I am up a rook at the moment. I just have to be very mindful of being up a rook. Now, once again, uh-oh. That was not the idea, by the way. The idea was to get you to go back to the first rank. Jeremy, hang in there. I'm very happy to have you. It's a Dutch one. I don't think you'd know it. Well, cheers, guys. So, unfortunately, though, I tend to rely on standard motifs. Let's take Gambit opening trap out of the mix, and you should not lose to a standard attacking motif, such as that back rank mate threat. Right? In a way, the back rank mate threat that I was just experiencing there. I'm trying to find the right mix here to watch all of these games. Delayanelos, welcome, sir. Good morning. There is still time for everyone to register for the Swiss. I need to set up a so it's more than just one command. Yesterday I was weighing up why Mythos isn't already a VIP. He brought in, and I'm still very thankful for, Peter's Fiddler of all people. That's pretty awesome. The only thing that keeps me from doing it right away is that I value both the friendship and the camaraderie and the diligent daily training attitudes of both Apostolate and Mythos, that I don't want to offend Apostolate, so it's like, I don't know if I can do one without the other. Caps lock. There it is. Yeah, I still can't get over being able to talk to Peter after all these years in a nice one-on-one setting. Because when I'm trying to talk to him, when I attempted to message him about his Grunfeld course or anything else, and when he was streaming, it was very difficult to get through because there are so many people chatting. This week's arenas will be accompanied by 6 p.m. Swisses every day. I just wanted to let everybody know that. And I have to set that up today as well. I also have the Offerspiel thematic today. Has not been messaged to me. The Offerspiel Online League thematic is today. I'm going to give it my all in a stream later on this afternoon. The time for that will be in approximately, see if it's even up. Wow, it's a King's Gambit arena, Apostolate. The King's Gambit thematic. Checking my email. Everyone in the tournament, oh no, it's King's Gambit declined, which makes it palatable for everyone. Everyone in the tournament must play e4, e5, f4, bishop c5. Alexa, set reminder for 4 hours from now. Online League. Yes. The link for the Online League King's Gambit Arena, and of course all accompanied information, is right there. If you'd like to be a member of Offerspiel, I wonder if that's the command. Should be. If you wish to play in their monthly league tournaments, the new league will be starting May 2nd. The new online league will be starting minus 1600 with 0 inaccuracies. That is quite incredible. By the way, it is against the Lead Chess policy for us to necessarily say anything like that. I believe that if you are supposed to do that, you can go to his profile and you can click on the report feature, which I don't see here. I think you actually have to go to his profile. not Jeremy. But yesterday I was working with a student, and I was observing them play a game. It was a bullet game, and the reason why I observed them play a game was just for confidence. And they violated the terms of service right before my eyes. Yes. All they did was play a bullet game. And all I did was say, candidate moves, move faster, look for threats, things like that. I don't necessarily know that I wasn't violating the rules, but basically I was just being encouraging. I literally watched them play a bullet game. Probably even their first bullet game. They had never played a bullet game before. And all I did was say, just, attack, attack, attack. And then we went to try to do a rematch or something. And it wouldn't let us. It had a nice little sign on it that you couldn't do a rematch. And at the same time, hold on here, Control 0. I mean, perhaps there is something, because this is the second time this has happened to this student. They are relatively young and innocent. This particular student. It's crazy. I know. Sometimes that's exactly what happens. But is that the one that you fell to the you Googled YouTube trap, etc.? So for example, in this one I would say, yes, Crispo, use your bishop well. I'm always going to try to be encouraging. And even in the other one, where was I when they said, don't make any move suggestions? And I'm like, okay, I could understand that. So then I gave some ideas about the position. And then they said, don't make any move suggestions. And then I said, how about if I just say play a good game? Am I giving move suggestions then? Like, you're not allowed to be encouraging. Where was that? It was a streamer that we raided. Korean American Chess Noob. Very strange that you would not take help in order to become better. Your ability, by the way, to reject those suggestions is just as important and as strong as your ability to consider the suggestions. Crispo, you're doing great. And things are always going to be said and or done. Well, the opponent went in the right direction. This is going to be a real test of our playing ability now. Things could always be worse. Could lose that pawn as well. I was debating whether or not in a previous example that bishop c5 and barnacling on the queen side was the important thing to do. Oh, it is such a lovely day here. There's a light layer of rain going on outside. I love rain. I love gray skies. As much as I love sunny weather, clear skies, I love the gray as well. Life is never as sweet without the sour. Alright, moment of truth. Beth Harmon. What do I want to do with this fellow? Very positional game of chess here. I was looking for an answer. Knight G1 was the only move to not get checkmate. You know, I was just looking at this the other day. This was a game Carlsen versus... I apologize, it wasn't Carlsen. So here lies the tale. I like the idea of playing A5, A4. So I'm going to play it now. Against Bishop E3, it would be much more clear for me to know whether or not I'm playing Bishop E7 to stop Bishop G5 or Bishop C4 to stop my opponent from taking over the Well, that is interesting. I am really concerned now. I may need to sack a pawn. Do I need to give up my white squared bishop? Oh, that's a tragic thing. So maybe my plan was not so good. Yeehaw! Something wild going on here. Don't want to weaken F7, and I don't want to lose control of anything else. So let's just dive in as best we can. While everything is still protected. Yes. That is indeed what I was expecting. So now, oh, I can't guard that bishop that so easily, can I? Just have to make certain that I don't make any fast moves. No fast moves. I do not want give away too much. And now for something completely different. I really want counterplay. That's a good move. We're going to continue going for the counterplay. So now, how am I going to get there from here? That is the question. Rook f3, rook g3, rook g4. Rook f3, rook g3, rook g4. That's my first thought. With a brief stop off. Jess. Can I play this?
I miss your strong embrace. I want to believe we had a chance to let our hearts escape. I need you here with me. You see it on my face. I know that when our heartbeats run, troubles will be overcome.
Unfortunately, my opponent now has an amazing amount of counterplay. It is crazy how much counterplay my opponent has. I have to be very, very careful about it. Cannot let him get too much counterplay. That's alright, I have a class after this, so if anyone needs to get in, I'm not sure if it's still possible, but I think you can join before round 5. Let's go in from that side. Just so I don't step in the way of my rook. Because I expect him to play either knight to b5 or knight to e2. Covering d4 anyway. Quadra Spassky on the roll. Yeah, Blitz is such a different animal. Let's take a quick peek at LCC Condra's game against Dark Myth. Without all the extraneous stuff, by the way. I'm not a huge fan of this line for white. Oh no. I think queen to f3 is the only way to play this these days, by the way. Bishop d3 is the former popular variation, but oh no, you have to play knight to g5, unless knight to e5. Obviously, I don't play the new line here with bishop c5. I don't play the new line. I play the old line with bishop to d6, d4, e takes d4, knight takes d3, and queen to c3 as black. I play this old line. And then white either plays knight d2, knight f3, or they play b3 right away, or I'm not sure what they do about this pawn. H3 is kind of a waste of time. So knight to G1. And now how do you stop queen to D4? So here's another line for you. For Mythos, this is the line that I used to play all the time, forcing F4. I actually played a tournament game with this in 1990 in the Armed Forces Chess Championship. I wasn't able to win it, so I gave up the line. I really didn't get anything out of this. My opponent is forced to play Rook F1. Now, this position is black. How can you not like your position? Well, let's just take a look. All the moves are thematic so far. We haven't actually played any original moves. All the way up to here, we haven't played any original moves. Queen to D4 threatens mate. And I think you need a castle. And now we're losing a rook because we don't have any way of getting out of this. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Although I have to admit, this service is very generous, by the way. I'll go from learn from your mistakes, and it'll like say you've made no mistakes. And I'm like, I made so many mistakes. It's like I wish I could tweak it to the level of mistake that I absolutely want to know about. I really want to know if I make a mistake at a 2700 level. And if I don't make that, it has to be able to tell me that. So knight c3 was a blunder. Is that where we are? Knight to c3, right? I think c3 is the best move, personally, with both the threat of playing b4 as well as preventing queen to d4. Do they want me to sacrifice back the pawn right away? Sacrifice back the pawn right away this way. That makes sense. And here, of course, we had to castle. And that's it. You really only made 2 theoretical mistakes if we don't count knight to g1. I think knight to g1 should have been improved on. And in this particular case, I don't know if they did that one. Learn from this mistake. Did they give that one? They didn't give that one. Learn from this mistake. Why not? How do I tweak this? Interesting. Let's go to the prettier Lichess while we're at it. We'll go to the prettier Lichess. I realized I was in a different browser. The prettier Lichess matches my background better, I realize. And it also matches my day, the melancholy day that we're having outside. How many players do we have in this event? 16 players? That's great for a Sunday morning. So Lisa Lane always intrigued me as a player. I knew the story of Lisa Lane when I was younger as well, because I'd run across a reference to her before Wikipedia existed, and a story about Bobby Fischer having met her. But this is not a YouTube bit of knowledge here. This is an absolute 100 openings you must know. Why don't we write that together, everybody? We're going to write that together. 100 openings you must know. That is one of them. Whether or not you play that opening, you should just know it. You should just know why the pieces are attacking in the way that they attack, and why they interact in the way they interact. Why king safety and outpost squares are important. You will get a good example in that particular one of en passant. Yeah, but your opponent didn't do anything special in that game, unfortunately. I would say that up until knight g1, it was all like setting up the pieces. All the openings are, by the way, everybody, are setting up the pieces. I hope you're okay, Mythos, because we just have to work through that. I feel like I lost my good friend Arsenal fan Richie, because he was just so enraged that he thought people were being dishonest in their games, and he'd rather play over the board chest. But honestly, it affects your over the board chest to be like this as well. You can't even think about that. You just have to be a better player. Don't even think about cheating. Don't even think about whether or not someone's cheating. Just don't think about your opponent. It's you and the board. This is just about you and the board and becoming a better player. So here we have an opportunity for a bishop and knight mate. I would farm the king across to the a1 square and checkmate him with a bishop and a knight. There's no checkmate with a bishop and a knight in this corner, if that's what Para NL is looking for. Yeah. Who is white that playing the two knights against? Me. Whenever I think of LCC Condra, I think of London Chess Club. I think that pawn is in the way, actually. I think you should just win this with the two bishop mate. Oh, actually you can set it up, interestingly enough. Oh, and you have auto queen on, which is sort of a bummer. Very good defense by Rule 78. Even though I probably would have put my queen on the other side of the bishop, just to keep moving him toward our king. I'd have probably, rather than move the bishop off of c3, I'd have played queen to b4. And then close the wall from the other side, Star Wars Empire, Star Wars fashion with the trash compactor. Give him the trash compactor with the king. Another time. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough call because the queen d4 idea is known as part of the main line, and the but I get to play all of my usual favorite suspects. How do I get this? This board is just missized. There we go. Uh-oh. 10 minutes away from my lesson. However many rounds that I get in, I will get in. I wish everyone good luck. Queen's Gambit. Beth Harmon. I am just going to be a Beth Harmon bot. Unfortunately, I'm not going to play the Queen's Gambit main lines like she did. I'm just not. So herein lies the tale of the trap with knight takes d5 everybody should know about. Knight takes d5, black just takes my free piece. And after bishop takes d8, they get the queen back with bishop to b4 check, and king takes d8. They have 4 minor pieces. I will have 2 minor pieces, but my queen will be pinned by a bishop to my king, so I'll get 1 back. Knight on b to d7 always seemed like a very strange move to me. Knowing Jail and Alvarado, his tendency to play for c5, I'm just going to do this one. In these early knight on b to d7 positions, I am extremely always tempted to just go for knight f3. Can I play this way? Pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes. I'm going to go this route. Well, that's fascinating. That never occurred to me.
Cause I'm 18, feeling 50, pushing 90 on the 405. You could chase me in your daydream, kinda blurry when you close your eyes. But I'm right there where you left me, then you wake up and you realize.
Do I want to play this way? Bishop takes e4. Bishop takes e5. I'm gonna live without my light squared bishop. And now for something relevant.
Cause I'm 18, feeling 50, pushing 90 on the 405. You could chase me in your daydream, kinda blurry when you close your eyes. But I'm right there where you left me, then you wake up and you realize that you're 18, living no dreams. You ain't getting back the wasted time. Everybody's gotta focus. I supported yours if you didn't notice. Maybe I'm overzealous, at least I'm not lost and jealous. You can call it what you want, but you're too afraid to fight for all the things you want.
Now this is a huge game for both of us, by the way. Messes my lesson. Five.
18, no dreams, you ain't getting back the wasted time.
Is this a really, really huge decision? on the part of my opponent. And what he actually wants to accomplish in this position is I am going to get my standard minority attack on the queen side in this endgame, regardless of the opponent's position. So he chose that move. My position is a lot easier to play than his. That much is certain. I believe I'm just going to continue on my path. The worst that can happen to me is that I have to draw this game. So let's see here. Working on the pressure. I mean, I also want him to at least try to create a passed pawn with a6. It's possible that he may do that. C'est la vie. We're just gonna have to step out of the way here. I mean, it is possible that I just can't win this position. We usually don't make it 9 rounds, Delianalos. The players all drop out after 6 or 7 when they can't win first place. And good morning. How are you? Well, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing a nice Greek coffee right now. Well, that's interesting. I am going to relocate my pieces.
This nation knows you today.
Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Rule Maza. Lion Jeremiah and Rule Maza. I hope you're enjoying the stream and I hope you're enjoying the tournament. We are here to establish our fundamentals and practice them and be reminded of them every day. Our stream is not so big that I can't try to give many of you more attention. The one drawback that I have with some of those greater, larger instructional streams is that when you try to have a conversation with the streamer, it's always very awkward, as it is difficult to get your message through. He does know that I don't really want to trade. He does know. So what kind of trouble can we get in? Knowing that he does not want to trade. Do I take that open file? I love the fact that his bishop is ruh-roh. Life has now become a little difficult for my opponent. How do I get away with this stuff? That's what I want to know. How do I get away with it? Alright. Alright, everyone. I have to pull out just now. How many rounds have we played? Only 5. I have a lesson just now. I want to thank everyone. I can't believe that I won that game. That is crazy. I am going to leave you with C. Bruvold. I'm positive that she is a good influence on you. And she is doing some fun stuff, by the way. I also want to set aside a Puzzle Racer day, but I haven't decided which day it is. Please enjoy Catherine. She is slowly becoming a good friend and an avid streamer and a very entertaining person all in all. Ciao, everyone. Take care. I have to run to lesson. At least I'm not that late. Good luck in the event, everyone. Ciao. Thank you. Good morning, Rogan. I'm sorry that I missed you so quickly. I will be back for the Offerspiel Blitz in about 3 hours. 3.5 hours. The Offerspiel Thematic Blitz is at Carl.com today. I just want everybody to know that you can see the event here if you don't get a chance to follow the stream. You can also join Offerspiel. I don't know that you'll be able to join Offerspiel in time, but my student may have an appointment later. That's why I have to give my lesson a little earlier today than normally. Have a great day, everyone. Ciao.